Hey guys, so welcome back to In Transit. It's Nikasi here, and today we're doing another non-Christmas themed video. As you can see from the title of this video, this is a girl talk and it's about boys. So I've been wanting to do a girl talk video for so long, but initially I was gonna do it with other people, so I have like a bunch of collaborations, but then I decided, nah, I'm just gonna do it now. So I'm just basically going to talk about different topics as it relates to relationships and things that come up in relationships and things that I feel like everyone should know, but people still just do the weirdest things when it comes to love and relationships. So yeah, I'm going to address some of those things. So the first thing is self-worth. I feel like you have to know where you stand as a person before dealing with someone or getting into a relationship. And when you know where you stand or like what you believe in, then you will know what you want in a relationship or what you want if you are in some situationship or friends with benefits kind of situation. You will know what you want. You will know what you want. You also have to know what is best for you. So it's not about, like, for example, if you like a guy and he likes you too, but whereas you are ready for a relationship, he isn't, and then you just settle. Like, that makes no sense, only because if you go into it believing that you can probably change him into wanting a full relationship, there's a very high chance you're just gonna end up getting hurt, because yes, people can change their minds and he might end up wanting to be in a relationship with you, but if someone that expressly tells you one thing, don't in your head decide something else. Like, in your best interest, I suggest that you just leave that out. So you have to know what's best for you, and you have to know for sure what you won't tolerate. Like, that is so major, because obviously everyone is brought up differently, everyone has gone through different things, and everything that they have gone through in their life right before that relationship is most likely gonna play a part in that relationship too. Like, you don't leave that stuff at the door, it all comes in. So whereas someone might think that when they get angry they can shout and curse at you and whatever, and you don't deal with that, you would just be like, nah fam, I don't play those games. And I'm like that because the only person that can shout at me is my dad. The only male that can, actually the only person, my parents. Let's say that, people. And I feel like I don't generally tolerate rudeness or anything like that. Like, I'll just be like, I don't know what you think this is, but it's a hard. When you don't tolerate something, you have to tell the other person as well. So it doesn't make sense. For example, how I was saying that someone shouts at you, then you just get quiet, stop talking, and that's the end of that. Because you have to communicate that that's not okay. Because if you just, get quiet, go in your little mood for a few hours or whatever, and then y'all are good again, when he does something to piss you off or you do something to piss him off, and y'all get into an argument, he gonna shout at you again and curse you again, and you're gonna be back right where you started. So you need to your problems, because they won't go away. Also, because I obviously can only speak from my personal experiences, so, and this still relates to self-worth. If you feel like you have to dim yourself or just limit what you can say to the person who's your significant other or who you're dealing with at the time, leave it out. Like, I was dealing with this guy a while back, and at first he was like, as usual, he was interested in everything that I was, like, everything about me, right? And I feel like I'm a very vocal person. I like to talk about a lot of things, a lot of different topics. I like to read up on a lot of stuff that's going on in the world and whatever. And then over time I realized, like, I would want to talk about this and I would want to talk about that. And the level of this interest was like, I was just there like, I don't understand. But the thing is, he would still want me to be around. So I was just like, I don't understand what this guy wants from me. So then I tried to adjust, and I would just, like, things that I didn't think he would be interested in, I would just prefer to say, instead of saying it, I would just like, keep it inside and just go to suit, even if it meant that we were like silent and nothing was being said, or that what he wanted to talk about was not substantial. It was basically nothing. And I don't even know why I even put up with that. I feel like I was asleep at that point in time. But trust me, after a while of you trying to adjust to what that person wants, you're gonna realize that it's not gonna work out. So I tell you from now, it's not gonna work out, so don't do it. Also, people like to come to you with things that you just don't mess with. For example, a guy approaching you and he has a girlfriend, and you know that you won't ever play those games. Like, there are girls that don't care and they're just like, well, I don't owe the girl anything. If he wants to talk to me, then come through. I ain't like that though, because I would not want that to happen to me, so I wouldn't do it to someone else. Like, it's that simple. So if you know that you are not about it, even if you were attracted to that guy, why would you pursue it? Because then when you get mad over the guy and he's still with his girl who he isn't leaving for you, guess who's gonna be the one with the problem? It's not gonna be him, it's gonna be you. So why do it? So again, I come back to the whole thing about self-worth. You have to know what you want, what's best for you, and you have to know what you won't tolerate. Secondly, right, so the second thing, which actually ties into self-worth, and I kind of did start speaking about it, was being in a relationship or dealing with someone who does not respect you, or in some instances disrespects you by what they do. So so don't let anyone speak to you how they feel, like in a disrespectful manner. For what? I don't need to take that. Tell me, because I don't know, like, he can go and speak to anyone else like that, but he's not speaking to me like that. That's a no. And you don't need to accept someone who's calling you different names, who's bringing you down, who is, like, when they get angry, like, they just start saying really mean things. Those are generally signs of an unhealthy relationship. Like, that's not something you really need in your life. So I'm telling you from now, if those kind of things start happening, speak to the person about it. And if they don't see anything wrong with their behavior, better believe that it's going to continue. And if you know that that's not something you're about, well, you should. I feel like anyone should know that that's not something that's acceptable. And feel free to just say goodbye, because you don't need to tolerate that kind of behavior. Also, even if the person's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, you know, because a lot of people are very quick to apologize, but then they don't actually change their behavior. So if he apologizes and then 2 seconds later he starts doing the same thing and he continues to do the same thing, it's a goodbye as well. Also, as it relates to disrespect, you see a lot of things in relationships that, like, I know because you're in love or you really like someone, you tend to overlook a lot of things in relationships or just accept them. Like, oh, that's just who this person is. But you have to know when someone is just disrespecting your relationship. So, for example, I was in this relationship where the guy was willing to, I guess, like, he used the term sabotage our relationship just because he wanted to be passive aggressive about something. And how that passive aggressive behavior manifested itself was in such a disrespectful way to our relationship that I was just shook. I was like, what's this? Are you so dumb, or are you so in your feels that instead of coming to me and communicating it, you'd rather do something that can literally end our relationship because what? Like, that kind of thing, I don't understand, and I don't think it's something you should tolerate. Just be like, I see what you're doing here and it's disrespectful, and if you want to continue disrespecting this relationship, unfortunately it will have to come to an end. Like, you don't need to accept that, so don't. Now, I like to talk about something that I know a fair amount of girls do, which is get into relationships simply because, well, guys do this too, But don't get into a relationship because you're bored or you're feeling lonely. Because at the end of the day, you're not only wasting the person's time, but you're wasting your time. Like, you have so many other things to do with your life. Build yourself. Work on. Go find a project to work on. Do something. You don't need to have someone else there. So don't do it because you're bored or lonely. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, because yeah, it might feel good for a while, but at the end of the day, as I said, it's just basically time wasting. Because if it's not genuine, it's not going to last. So okay, so next thing I want to discuss is something that I feel a lot of people say. I've heard a lot of people say, but I don't necessarily agree with. So like, people, and this has nothing to do with what I said earlier. I was like, you have to know where you stand and whatever. So this is not the same thing. So a lot of people like to say that, like, you need to sort out all your problems before you get into a relationship because you're gonna bring those problems into relationships. And I get what they're saying, but at the same time, most people are gonna have problems for their whole lives, like things that they struggle with for their whole lives. Does that mean that then they can't be in relationships? No, because everyone has things to deal with. There's no golden age where you just have every single thing in your life figured out. Because some people are still troubled by things that happened to them when they were children. So does that mean that you can't still find someone to settle down with and be in a relationship with? Nah, fam. So yeah, but for example, some people do have a lot of relationship baggage from other relationships, and that's something that I do think you should rectify. But it doesn't stop you from being in a relationship. What you should do is say, okay, I know that I'm super jealous. I get super jealous because my ex-boyfriend used to cheat on me. And you need for yourself to be able to point that out, and then you need to logically think about how to change that. But that doesn't mean that you should stop yourself from being like that. You shouldn't go into a relationship. All it means is that you need to be truthful about where you are and why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, so I really don't want this video to be super long, even though at this point it probably is super long. So I'm gonna have a part 2. But thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think about what I discussed today, and also if there's anything else that you would want me to discuss that I didn't. Make sure to like this video and to subscribe to this channel to see more about girl talk and also Vlogmas. So thanks for watching.